Hello, hello, hello. How are you there? I'm happy to see you guys already streaming, you're already live. And we are back for this episode. Today we're talking about the once bitten syndrome. What happens for those who indulge in love affairs too soon, before they were old enough to know what they wanted in life? Maybe at pre-25, at 23, 22, they jumped in, signed those contracts of life, moved in to live with the people, got babies, I got introduced to in-laws, dowry, cows given, and then you start living there. And then, inevitably, you start evolving, and you thought you have arrived, and you thought you have settled, and things start being thick. For many people, it is them who outgrew the contract, who outgrew the arrangement, who realized this is not what I want. They realized it was limiting. The itching, the restlessness of your dreams started pushing you forward. You wanted better. You realized, hey, is this what I wanted? By then, there's a child. By then, there's a dowry. By then, there's a ring. By then, you are a wife. By then, you are a husband. By then, you're already in. Or for other people, it just became impossible. They had overlooked red flags. They'd moved in because of pregnancy. They got married in a rush because their friends were getting married. Because I had decided since I was a child that I would marry by 26. I had decided before I was married that when I was in nursery school, I remember swearing that I must marry by 25. They were following that childish, stupid dream that was not aligned with reality. So for some reason, they were beaten. They were left, or they were dropped, or they left, or something. They were so heartbroken, disappointed. They left. So this thing didn't work. They were so hurt. Now they left. So they went with a vow and a swear not to go back to dating again. And they decided to build their lives this time. They went with another energy, with a vengeance. Some registered for masters. Others went for business. Others fled to another side of the country. They went to another city. They went with an energy to build another life. Don't want anything to do with love. I'm tired of it. So they went building themselves. They did the masters, climbed the corporate ladder, became the managers, scored the prize. And now, 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 7 years down the line, 12 years down the line, the loneliness begins to return. Okay? The fear of commitment is still there, but the loneliness. So there's this ambivalence. Do I try? What do I do differently this time? What if I get hurt again? You know, that time, those who had gotten a baby out of the baby was the companionship, was the commitment. They bonded with the baby. They grew to closer. They were survivors together. They were in this. Now the child is grown, has gone to school, to boarding school. You are here. It's an empty nest again. You are alone again. You come to realize the child doesn't share your passions and all that you had. The child wants their own life. Or you come to realize the job. You had used to replace everything. You're just working and working and working. You climb the, you earn the money. You're there. I come to realize there's something I can't get from money. Companionship, human warmth, somebody to share life at the end of the day. You know, this place where you are in, where you had sworn by your ancestors never to open your heart to anybody ever again. To do life alone does not mean I cannot make it. You had sworn all this, and then something else is beginning to disturb you. Is this all there is to life? Okay. You begin to get bored, beginning to get appeased, you beginning to tire of that arrangement. You're beginning to feel tired of all that, and now you wonder, what can I do? When you look around, you find that you still find those same people you fear, who look like they're just after exploiting, using you. You begin to find the same people you wanted to run away from. You begin to find the same people you can't stand. Now, what do? That's what we are calling the once bitten syndrome. Somebody who is nursing a wound they're buried in between, a disappointment, yet they feel an urge to come back. Today I want to give you simple rules on how to return to the dating scene when you have come from sabbatical leave, a long sabbatical leave, after having been disappointed that you went away. If you are returning, follow the same rules. Number one, you are not the person you used to be those days. Understand that. So don't come back like the girl who was wounded. Now you're maturer, you're wiser, you see the world differently. Those of you had attempted at the premature age. Those of you had attempted when you didn't know what you wanted. Those of you had attempted because before your personality had stabilized, before you knew what you wanted in life. Those of you had attempted too soon in life. Now you know better. You are not the same person. Understand that. Stop saying, I don't want this again. I can't do what I did again. It's okay to learn from past experiences, but you are not who you used to be. Now you have money. Now you know your career. Now you have some, at least now you know where you're going in life. You are not who you used to be. You're wiser now. Stop fearing too much. That fear is making you think you're the same vulnerable girl. You're the same stupid girl. You're the same needy girl. Oh, good to stay alone. Now look at you. You know, you're those as to remember that time you were disowned the same, that you want to make a mistake and you messed up again. You are not that. Answer those fears. Years have gone by. I've learned, I've observed, I've seen life. Now I know what to expect from relationships. That time I was expecting too much. I was expecting the person to be my happiness. I was expecting the person to be the one to make me feel good about life. Now I have many sources of my fulfillment. Now I have friendships. Now I have a job. Now probably I have a child. Or maybe I have a career. Maybe I'm involved in church. I have a life going on. Those days it was all about, oh Jim, oh Maggie, oh this calling, talking the whole day. When they don't pick your call, you are devastated. You are crying the whole night because they did not pick my call. Now, your mother beings to cut on your weight. You're bringing in a companion to a life that is well built now. Those days there was no house. The house of your life was only a foundation. Now it's a structure. Now it's standing. Now you know what you're doing. Listen. You are not the boy, the girl you used to be. More so women listen to this, because you're the one who left you the baby. You're the one who left the pregnancy. You're the one who got so emotionally involved. Men are also heartbroken when they date prematurely and they're shut down. But this pattern is very frequent with women, because they're the ones who open their hearts, are the ones being dated, the ones being sought after. So this time around, you are a wiser woman. Understand that first rule. Answer your fear, your phobia, your fear of commitment, your phobia of love, your phobia of vulnerability. Answer it back. I'm not that girl I used to be anymore. That's rule number one. Rule number two, this time don't go with instincts and your intuition only. This time you're going with the knowledge. And if you do not know how to date, the process of dating, the type of men out there, the type of dating, the red flags, if you do not know your personality, please acquire the knowledge, get a life coach, get a counselor. This time invest some money, put some time and money in your learning. This time you're not coming by guesswork, and you're not sitting there waiting for somebody to see you. This time around you're not dating because somebody's just around you, they're after you. Not everybody is after you is good for you. Hey, some people run after, ask Israelites, or Pharaoh ran after them, not because he loved them, but because he wanted to exploit them. Hey, those days you used to respond to men because of how much attention they were giving you, or because of how they made you feel, or because of they were tall, dark, handsome. Those days you were, oh, these dreamy qualities you are thinking about. I want a guy who is taller than me. I want a guy who does not have a tummy. I want a guy who has a gap in the teeth. I want a guy who is light a little bit. I want a guy who walks like this. Those days you were dealing by many superficial and childish and stupid qualities. There's no problem having preferences of how a guy looks. That's part of it, in fact. But those days you looked at romance more than character. Tell yourself, this time I'm approaching it with the knowledge, because we are answering that doubt. What is different this time? You'll be hurt again. You are going back to what hurt you. Look at your stupid self. Can you see you're just repeating semester? That voice silenced it. I say, no, this time around I'll get knowledge. This time around I'll be equipped. This time around I'm going for the right knowledge. So don't start with the fear and it's telling you, hey, you are going to be hurt again, because those who come to dating with that fear date tentatively with only one leg in, and they become easy prey again, because they don't examine people closely. They date as if they're not determined, they're not decided. They realize when their heart has stolen its way out, when emotions have gotten better of you, and you're already in this relationship when you're not because you weren't sure, you weren't made up your mind that you get into a relationship, so you got in without thinking. This time go with information. This time go with the mentorship. This time go with the coaching. This time go with the sobriety. This time switch on. This time bring your mind, bring your all at it. This time get knowledge. This time be proactive. This time be involved in who's talking to. This time show up in the market. This time round, this time you're doing it in the right way. The last rule of how to date this time round. Remember, we have said you are starting from a point of saying, I'm not the vulnerable, stupid, young, immature girl I used to be those days. So don't tell me, your voice in my head. That community that meets in my head to tell me that I'm not good enough. Silence, shut up. Number one, I am a different woman. I'm wiser now. I know better. This time, I am not who I used to be. I have walked a journey in life. I know better I'm more balanced. My expectations from relationships are more realistic. That's rule number one. Rule Rule number 2, those days you came with the ignorance and feelings and instincts. This is my life. I can date who I want, you know. I'm mature now. Nobody should tell me anything. You guys are just envious. Those days you were stupid and self-taught, self-driven, and just presumptuous. This time round, you're going with the knowledge. Where will you get it from? You have said, study. Know your personality. Know what works for you. Get a life coach. Go see a therapist. Go discuss about what. Clarify what you want. This time round, go with the right equipment, the right knowledge. This time, invest. This time, make it a journey. This time, come fully equipped. The last rule is that this time, be patient. Stop those deadlines of I must be settled by 30. There are some grannies, that mothers, that those aunties who tell you, please get babies by 30 so that they don't become dummies, you know, and you get a kid when you are 36, they might become subnormal. Where did they get those things from, by the way? And why do you believe them? Why do you swallow them? Remove every stupid deadline you put on yourself. One of the deadlines, I must marry by 28, must marry by 35. All my friends are married. All the deadlines you had been put, anybody who had imposed on you, throw them out the window. Let's go back to being, in wrestling, they say, patiently aggressive. Stay engaged, but don't rush the process. So show up in the dating market. Shine your light. Dress in a manner that makes you glow. Make yourself present and visible and impossible to ignore. Be playful, be open. Adjust your life from being work to having social time. Some of you are fully at work or fully in the house. Fully locked in the house, fully locked in, and you don't have anybody, and you hope to find anybody. Hey, create social time now. Show up on Saturdays. Show up on events. Show up on, accompany guys. Drive along with the guys. You know, you have evolved now. Even if you have a child at home, get somebody to assist you. Don't always be at home. Oh, every evening is me and my child. So where is the future? Where is the partner? Where's the time for partnership? Shop for coffee dates. Do video calls. Don't switch off. Return calls. Return texts. This time round, be patiently aggressive, patiently engaged, patiently involved. Be ready for the long haul. Say, I'm not saying by next year. I'm saying until I find the right person. Marriage relationships have grade. Quality. Not everybody married is going through the same thing. Some people contracted very fragile marriages, very delicate. They have to walk on eggshells to remain married. As for you, approach things with a different mindset. You're saying, until I find the right person, I will not stop. Those are the simple 3 rules. I want to pick a few questions from you guys. I want you to ask any questions. I'm on that page. I want to see what you guys are saying. Okay. Let me see. Somebody's saying, okay. Somebody's saying, you are not the person you used to be. You are wiser. That's Sly Achando. Thank you. All right. Somebody's saying a 25-year-old is waiting. That's good. You have just arrived, my friend. be This time round, you are not that naive girl. This is Princess Malaika. Thank you. Rosalind is wondering, and those who swear to the ancestors, that's very good. Somebody say, looking elegant and vibrant tonight, Princess. Thank you very much. All right. Somebody is saying this. Lizzie is saying, yeah, I expected them to step up. Somebody, those days when you dated and waited for a person to grow up, one sign of pre-25 dating is this stupidity. Sitting there and waiting for a guy to change, to stop drinking, to stop flirting, to stop cheating. You're loving him more to see that he can improve. Trying to add more, put in more to see that he'll be better. What kind of nonsense is that? Look for a person who is ready to go. Not somebody who needs 5 years of waiting. Yeah? 5 years of pampering. Yeah? 5 years of more pay. Okay. Do you have all that time? Do you have years to donate? No, you don't. All right? Somebody said, okay. Somebody say we add volume. All right. Okay. All right. So somebody saying they are here and they have an exam tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. We must value this very much. So somebody said, Terry is saying the problem is we forget so fast. It's true. We do forget. Okay. Somebody say, listening to you, I feel my self-esteem is rising so high. Thank you, Annie Dungu. This time I'm doing it differently. Annie Dungu again. This time you date with your mind as well as your heart. I'll be equipped this time, all right? Okay? Okay. The last thing, somebody is saying, I believe that getting married is not an achievement these days, and people should not pressure me to do so. Thank you. All right. So do not be pressurized. Don't be rushed into marriage. Don't be rushed. I want to answer a question by April 25. A guy who is 24 and has married a girl who is 23. This girl already they have one child now together, but the girl had 2 other children who are staying at home with her parent. She comes from a very impoverished family, very needy family. And the guy did a degree. The girl is a class 8. And then the thing is, if there's no problem with class 8, the problem here is incompatibility. When you have a degree and the person did not go to secondary school, are you serious? I mean, are you practical? And this guy is 24. He's saying, the reason I moved in with her is so that I can put some order in my life. I realized I was sleeping with too many girls, and they wanted to just have one woman to help me, to force me to be disciplined, you know. And let me just address that element. You do not marry as a refuge from your indiscipline. You do not go into marriage to tame your weaknesses. Yes, when you marry, your life gets organized. But you need to marry because you are mentally prepared for the journey of marriage. Listen to me, you 24-year-old guy. I said men under 30 think stupid. Listen to this one. Saying, no, I needed a one woman so that they can force me to come home every day, and I don't bring too many. That is such. And I told him, you are digging yourself at a hole. You are digging yourself into a grave. And by the time you wake up, you'll have messed your life so much, it will take you the rest of your life to wake up. It will take you the rest of your life to recover from the mistakes. Listen, guys, some mistakes, once you make them, you can't correct them. You can only manage them the rest of your life. Like getting a baby, you know, you can't reverse that. Like adopting a woman who already has 2 children and you're just 24. We are not saying you can't do it, but you are struggling. You have no money. This guy is telling me he's operating a tuk-tuk. Listen, part of the men are meeting and they're undertaking family taking on too much too soon. You can delay your growth financially by 10 years. You can delay your growth by so many years by simply miscalculating, jumping too soon, starting too early, jumping in too quickly. The thing you need to do in your life, the thing you need to emphasize in your life is the seasons of your life, where you are, where you want to go, when you want to do. I believe strongly that the people who will make impact in our day. I was doing calculation with a friend I was chatting with, telling her that the 12 spies who were sent to see the promised land agreed that the promised land was good. It was full of milk and honey. Everybody agrees that their dream is possible. In fact, majority of people you meet, they'll tell you, but the 10 spies out of 12 said it takes too much to conquer that land. We'll have to conquer giants, you know. And I feel like a grasshopper, imagine. That's a giant, I'm a grasshopper. 10 out of 12 young people today also feel like, although the dream is possible, it is taking too much work. I don't have time for that. Too much work. I want to ask you, the 2 out of 10 who believe still that they can conquer the giants, who believe still that they want greatness enough, they want success badly enough to put in the work. Those are the people we do this program for. Those are the people who want marriage. Start with a dream. Don't start with marriage. Don't start with moving in with anyone. The reason we have so many people in funny relationship because they did not value their dreams enough. They did not value their passion enough. They did not value where they were going enough in life. They did not value their calling enough. They started on the wrong end. They go so far in causing trouble, getting themselves in trouble, having no money and being in stressful, sick relationships. They go so far in getting themselves in stuck relationships that it's so difficult to unstuck them. I want to ask us, today let us start with our dreams. Let's start with where we are going. Let us start with our passion. Let us start with our calling. It is this kind of calling. It is this kind of passion that will take you far. Thank you so much, guys. Let me pick one more question. Those of you have asked after I've asked for the questions. Let me see if some of you have asked the question. All right. Somebody is saying, I thank you, Benjamin. I am different. God bless you. Thank you, Stella Coach. All right. Somebody is saying, you are truly talented and you're talking very fast. All right. Bosibori. I'll slow down next time. All right. Okay. Somebody is saying, not everybody running after you is good for you. Some are in exploitation. That's very true. Somebody saying you are crying the whole night when they didn't pick your call. True. That's what we do in pre-25, you know. All right. Study. Know your personality. Make it a journey. Be realistic. Thank you, Nduta Njeha, for summarizing the points I've said. All right. Somebody said, until I find the right partner, 100%. Perfect. Perfect. How do you mend it? Mend it. If as a woman, you notice things aren't working after 16 years, but he always insists, no respect. 16 years. I'm sorry about that. Can you contact me? We talk. Can we have a conversation about that? Because again, you don't want to throw everything you've invested away. But again, you need to value your happiness over your marital status. That's very important. All right. Somebody saying getting you loud and clear. All right. My team, we told the voice is good. All right. Okay. Somebody saying those who swore to get married by that years, come cry here. All right, Laura. All right. Somebody say I'm just leaving me. All right. Okay. I say again, I'll never rush things. Son of a woman will cry for coming days. Zulu is here to enlighten me. Mother Judith, thank you. Follow your heart, but carry your brain alongside. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. That's all for today. I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Thank you so much.